Welcome everyone again to episode 11 of Salt of the Earth. In today's episode, our cantankerous ne'er-do-wells find themselves recovering from a certain interpersonal dispute, which we will leave to the aether. You arise awakened, refreshed, and more powerful. Certain conduits of magic, the arcane, and the spiritual flow more fervently within your veins. You all awaken at once. You're welcome to enter the scene as you see fit.
Where do we awaken then?
You're on a mountainside camp after you beat the shit out of Celerity.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Okay. The three of you, two of you decided to hang out on the wagon, accept Celerity for MacGuffin purposes. Uh, you then beat the crap out of them, saved them. I think Marta was the one that dealt the non-lethal blow that allowed the medication to be administered. Celerity has been
Mhm.
resting it off, and a lot of you rise up. Also, your other companion, Banmi, achieved moksha and ascended to the spiritual realm. Right in front of
Yes.
your eyes, which is actually might be a little a little jarring for some of you. It's like, did that guy just get fucking raptured? Um,
Okay,
yeah, that guy got fucking
roll with
raptured.
it.
Um, you awaken after seeing one of your companions turn into a were-jaguar and see some guy actually achieve a spiritual enlightenment and become a bodhisattva. Kind of a weird day. And it is now the early morning. You can feel the morning dusk. A faint warmth begins to tenderly cling to the side of the mountain, and the warmth causes you to rise from your well-suited rest. You all have been given a long rest. You all awaken at once, and I will allow you all to adjudicate the scene as such.
And do we?
Morning, sunshines.
Oh, good morning.
Morning.
Pretty. You're a person again.
Yeah, how much does Celerity remember from? Do they remember everything from being a werewolf?
Give me a wisdom save. What's your key save?
Oh God, I forget. Let's see.
Let's look at
Key
your.
save. I'm actually not sure where to find that.
It'll be 8 plus your prof plus your whiz.
Okay, so 8 plus 5
16.
is 13, plus 3 is 16, and then plus 1 for the lunar dragon belt or whatever.
Okay, now I'm gonna
So
allow you.
17.
I'm gonna give you the option to go under or below. Do you want to save within 17 or above 17?
Ooh. Hmm. I think this is something most people would want to block out. So you'd probably generally want to succeed on the save to avoid traumatic memories.
So let's go within. So you have
Let's,
to roll below 17.
yeah.
Give me that roll.
Also, just based on the fact that it's me, I should choose low. God damn it!
Celerity
Then.
remembers with crystalline clarity every moment of their barbarous rampage against their fellow compatriots.
I think they're tired. Yeah, no, feels nice to be in control of my own body again. That was not a pleasant experience.
We knew it wasn't you. And unless stopped, Sky is going to hop over and give Celerity a big hug.
Oh, that's
Oh,
sweet.
Larry's gonna return it right back.
And Marta will smile and nod because she is happy that Celerity is back to normal. No hard feelings. It's not like she's wearing any outfits that can be ruined by a dog, so that's fine.
Somehow, by
She
the
might as well-
infinite grace of the ancient regime, your potato sack looks worse.
It's
Potato
fine.
sack, so
It's a reverse fashion statement now.
It's not. It's just bad.
Celerity?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I brain blipped. Marta, you know what? Might be the
Yes.
mountain air, but you just look refreshed. You look better than you've looked in the last few days.
Why,
I'm gonna
thank
take that at home
you.
and it's gonna be a great day.
Well, I agree. It just so happens I've always loved earth tones. I've gotten used to it by now. And yes, the mountain air is quite refreshing. So suck it, Ian. Okay. Sorry, that was totally uncalled for. Can we
No, it was
see,
called for.
A little called for.
can we see anything else around us? I don't know if we already asked that question. I'm sorry, guys.
Give me a perception check.
Okay, give me 5 minutes.
Jesus, the Nazarene, you can roll
It
faster than that, Boom.
is yeah, no, it's just that the pop out. I'm sorry, I have an aside that I'm a little just frustrated by. The pop out sheet, because I like to use the pop out one for the forge, is like in night mode. Because like it's got like a black background and black writing. Is
Ooh.
anyone else experiencing this?
Doesn't make any sense.
Mine's in night mode, but with white writing, so
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. It's weird. But
Okay,
that's
so
why I couldn't see perception. Go on.
all right, let's get those perception checks. Oh, actually, Marta, you get an extra 2 spells.
Uh-huh.
And because you're a lore bard, I will allow them to be from any school. But we will sort that out later because there's like
Okay.
there's no combat today, so you're fine.
Okay.
I'm ready for Sky and Celerity to make their. God damn, everybody coming in fucking clutch today.
Oh, we're all making perception checks. Sorry.
Yes, you all have eyes, unfortunately, except Celerity. Very bad eyes.
Yep. Clarity still had a rough morning, blinking out eye boogers.
So you're currently
Yeah.
in a very large northern mountain range to the north of Kasatha, which is the native territory you're in right now, and seems to be the old pleasure resort of the ancient regime. The area you're in right now used to belong to the Queen, the weird worm people you've been encountering with. You can see faintly to the west a kind of faint metallic glimmer in one of the nearby mountains. Almost like a large manufactured object has been slammed into the side of it.
oh,
Is that
Does
the
this?
dragon? Oh, sorry, Celerity.
Oh yeah, no, that was gonna be the same question. Does it, or similar question? Does it look like the mountain we saw the metallic dragon fall into?
Why don't you make me whatever check you believe is appropriate to analyze that question?
Looking at,
Gonna
I would
make
say either perception or insight, maybe.
just gonna roll the strongest stat we have.
Yeah, perception or insight. I don't have an insight skill.
Get insight.
I do have perception, but I think insight makes more sense, so I'm gonna do that.
I guess you can do like a historiological analysis check with like an insight check. That's appropriate. All right. So
I don't know why it rolled
Or
both insight
perception
and
to
nature for me.
recognize the details. That actually does make sense.
All right, go ahead. I will take
God damn
Sky's
it.
check with a criminally high
Yeah.
25, as is usual for Sky,
Hmm.
because that's what Sky does.
They do.
Marta,
Oops, I'm sorry. What am I supposed to roll?
anything to analyze the dragon myth you encountered in your dreams.
Oh, okay. 1 second. I was just trying to troubleshoot my sheet. Let me see here.
What the fuck?
Does
God
that work?
Yeah, maybe. So, Sky and Marta analyze the myth and the legend and stuff they've been referenced to and reach the relatively reasonable conclusion that the reference to a dragon is perhaps not an actual dragon, but simply a dragon as referenced through myth. The thing that is slammed into the mountain is probably interpreted as a dragon, but is not actually a dragon. It's something else.
Ooh. I mean, some kind of ship, maybe, like technology that folks didn't recognize.
So wait, are we seeing that? Like, do we also see with our eyes the mountain and like the state that it's in?
Yes.
And what do we see?
You see the Matterhorn with what seems to be some kind of faint glimmering silvery object embedded into its side, buried under snow. But the brightness and polish of its exterior glints in the early morning sun, which draws your attention.
Okay. So
My money's on it being a ship, and they just didn't know what it was.
well, was that in character? Flaherty?
Yes, and Celerity is making that conclusion. They have a wild spacer background, so they've seen some weird ass technology.
Oh, gotcha. I guess there's only one way to find out.
Let's go.
So this
Yes.
is like a K2 Everest situation where the boundaries between these two mountains actually has a plateau that connects them. You can bank into the
Are we on
valley.
K2 or Everest?
You're on Everest. The ship is
Okay,
on
thank God.
K2.
K2's worse.
Yeah, K2 is more dangerous than Everest. The
Yeah.
ship is on K2. So,
Oh, it is a ship.
I mean the not ship. The definitely not a ship.
Ah,
It
I tricked you.
is not a spaceship.
Uh-huh.
Definitely not.
But we see we see like an object on K. I'm just gonna call him K2 and Everest for now.
You see
Do
an
we see an object on K2?
K2. Now, with your background, give me whatever check with advantage you believe is appropriate to identify it as a spacefaring vessel.
Ooh,
Because you're a goddamn
unfortunately, that
space
seems like an
farer.
intelligence-based skill.
You can add prof to this.
Okay.
And with
Is there
advantage.
any argument to make it insider perception? I'm trying to think.
Perception.
Yeah,
I think
perception's a pretty
Yeah,
good
if you'll
call.
allow it, I'll do it.
Yeah, you're a
Okay.
dirty spacer. You've obviously. Oh, thank God. And
We'll
there's
take
the
that
Luan
24.
roll. There's the Luan roll.
Yep.
All right, so celerity, you can identify that as the clear contours of a spelljammer fuselage that has been embedded into the sides of K2.
Oh, holy fuck, that's a spelljammer right there.
Which no one
What's a
else knows what that
spelljammer?
means.
It's like this insularity with their zero intelligence. It's like you have this guy some weirdo puts a helmet on, and then they can make it's like a boat, but it goes through space instead of water, and you can breathe in it. And you need a helmet to control it usually.
Why
is
would
that called
anyone
a
do that?
spelljammer?
I mean, to go between different planets.
But why is it called a spelljammer?
I don't know. I think there's some magic involved in it, but that's not really my realm of expertise. I've been on them before, but just as a like guarding cargo and all that kind of stuff. I wasn't one of the operations folks.
Seems dangerous.
So, are you telling us that there's a man over there, or a person, woman, man, any kind
I mean,
of person?
there would have had to been someone to get it here. Like, they're not unmanned crafts. So there was someone at some point, but like if you slam into the side of a mountain, that can kill you. So there might be someone there. There's either someone there or there's a corpse that used to be a someone. Is my guess.
And you said that it's how long is it going to take us to walk over there, Ian?
Survival check.
Oh God.
God damn it.
I can't survive shit.
What is wrong with
That
you
was my
people?
plus
Like,
5.
why can't you do anything right? I hope Sky manages to
I'm
clip
trying to
this.
think of reasons Celerity could have
Oh
to. Oh my god!
Okay, just raw. I want everyone to argue this out. That everyone has no idea how long it'll take. Now just go.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, K2.
clearly, if it's a different mountain, it'll take us multiple days to get there.
Well, he said it's connected by a plateau.
We were supposed to argue in character and be wrong.
Oh yeah. Well, if it's well, you see there's that like plateau between the peaks. So if we go over that, it won't be as long, maybe.
What are the chances there's somewhere to rest along the way?
We can make camp in a cave.
Do you think there are any other caves? Wouldn't we see some kind of evidence of them?
I mean, it's a big ass mountain.
I
It-
can't argue against that.
I think we should
It's a
make
big
our-
ass
make our
mountain. There are
chances.
usually caves.
I cannot argue against that.
I think we should take our chances and head that way since we don't see anything much of anything else, I think.
If we miss the festival, whatever. I guess this is more important.
Oh wait, what was the festival? Sorry, side bar?
I was like, the whatever was in character. It was like we're gonna miss the festival, aren't? Well, oh shit. I think we have to do this.
Oh.
Real MacGuffin hours.
Sorry.
So,
Is there an actual festival that we're missing? I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
the Elephant Burning Festival that you were invited to by the Emperor himself.
Oh.
You missed it. It was like yesterday.
Oh, we already missed it.
Yeah, it's gone. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Oh.
okay.
Y'all show up.
Well,
So
if we
we are gonna
already
head to
missed
this
it,
mountain.
then what do we got to lose besides our lives on a cold mountain?
I mean, there's a point
Well-
where you miss something and you're just not gonna be there. I mean, there's like late and then there's tardy and then there's not existent.
How did we miss it? Okay, it doesn't matter.
All right, so are we
We
gonna...
got sucked into a weird nether realm.
First
Yeah.
off,
That's
not
true.
my fault. I have no control over this.
Oh, uh-huh.
Okay, so gang, you find yourselves having to cross into a cold valley and then rise up towards K2, towards what is a spell jammer, explained very articulately by your spell jammer in chief, Celerity. What does the gang wish to do?
I guess Celerity will take the lead because I think they have the highest survival out of the group. Just based on wisdom.
Allah forgive me for saying
And
this,
they're the most familiar with the Spelljammer, so
but make me a survival check, and you can do it with advantage.
survival?
Yeah, with advantage. Oh, thank God.
21. Yeah, because if this was real life, if this was Luan making the decision, it would be, why the fuck are we on K2? Let's get the fuck away.
K2 super dangerous.
Fuck this.
So, Celerity, you actually have a pretty firm plan about getting down the mountain into the valley and up to K2. I want you to describe it to everybody.
Alright.
Side note, I'm looking at a picture of K2 Mountain. That is kind of insane.
It's
Yeah,
more
it's-
dangerous. It's more dangerous than Everest. Like,
Yeah, it's
The
shorter
reason-
technically, but it's harder to climb.
There's
And more deadly, by
there's
far.
so many fucking rock crags and things. That's crazy.
The reason it's called K2 is because no locals had ever named it because there was never a reason to go anywhere close enough to it that they would be
Mhm.
describing
Oh,
the
God.
region.
Exactly. That's why it's still a map coordinate.
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah, so maybe, just maybe, kind of an indicator as to how, yeah. So
I don't know if we're making it up there.
we'll see about that.
This is D&D. Be fine. Me as a person would never make it up there. But
Dungeons
Oh
and Dragons
darn, I
will be
didn't
fine.
take Misty Step.
I'm finding it hard to even look at the mountain. It's so scary.
Yeah, K2's a bad bitch. Alright, so carry on. Slary.
I was looking
alright,
through my
so
spell list to see if there's
oh
anything.
actually well important thing though, since you're using those comparisons, Ian, are there death zones on these mountains like there are on Everest and K2?
Yes.
Oh my god. Are we in a death zone right now?
I don't know, are you?
I mean, no, because you would be having us making way too many con saves
Yeah,
if we were.
you're fine right
Okay.
Looking through my spell list, trying to see if there's anything that could help us.
I think with elementalism, celerity can make like little bits of fire. Oh, harmless embers and smoke, but we could use that to start a
let's
fire.
keep it in character and let's keep it broad. Like, discuss what you're doing, how you're doing it. It's not terribly difficult.
All right, I think before we leave, let's raid this wagon, see if there are any warm clothes. Because it's
Yes.
gonna get cold as shit up there. And any fire making or, like warm camping supplies like tents, blankets, bags. Anything that will be good for cold weather. And
Okay.
maybe rations.
What do we? So can how much Marta has sticky fingers. So can Marta? Is there like any sort of what do they call? I'm sorry, I'm losing my words. Chests or the bags, things to look through in this.
You've already
covered
raided the wagon
Oh.
prior, and you uncovered.
Oh, I've heard about that.
But I will be charitable, and maybe you examine the area, and maybe somebody did something dumb. So give me an investigation check, everybody. The DC is 18.
Yay.
Marta beefed it, because that's what Marta does.
What?
Sky, as usual,
Yep.
fucking nailing it. Sky, discuss what you are looking at and how you examine it. And let's see what we can get here, Sky.
Say bottles of oxygen.
Okay.
I don't raw that actually doesn't exist, so don't even have to worry about that.
Okay, out of character, I am still going to need some context for what there could be, if not bottles of oxygen, how people in this world do navigate things like this. Because we're here picking up stuff that people left behind, so they do have something, but I don't know what. Kind
You
of
would
thing they would
need
have.
climbing equipment, rigging, snowshoes.
Yeah.
Like the big spikes you put at the bottom of the boot so you can get a better grip. You find sets of those.
So we have.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
actually, as you're digging around, you find out that they stashed their snow equipment under a nearby rock, and you find snowshoes, rock climbing riggers, and all the kinds of ropes, like 500 feet of magical rope that actually only weighs 1 pound. You are perfectly situated to climb K2 relatively smoothly.
All right. This guy is gonna like a deep sigh and then blush a little bit and say, Marta, I never thought that your fashion joke would have practical implications, but since we can bundle up and you can't, because presumably anything you put on would disappear into the potato sack, Sky is gonna. Presumably, Sky has to touch whatever he wants to cast on.
Correct.
Sky is going to put their hands on Marta's shoulders and say the invocation for prestidigitation to keep the potato sack magically warmed for 1 hour, since Marta can't bundle up.
Absolutely
Ooh.
rad.
Wow.
Incredible use of prestidigitation. Holy shit.
And take your inspiration.
Marta is touched by this and just says, wow, well, thank you. I do feel a lot warmer. Yeah.
All right.
And
Anyway.
does that make us ready to go?
Does anyone wish to do any other preparation before you descend into the cold valley and then rise up K2?
Now you make it sound like we should do more prep.
I kind of am.
Celerity is gonna collect some wood and materials for building a fire.
Okay, you lash it to your side without bother with the extra rope and other encumbrances.
Is there anything that Marta, I guess, sees on the other folks that that she can, like, you know, sew up, or anybody have like a hole in their like sock or anything like that?
You can make some. Let me double check your inventory. Give me a weaver's check. Just click on your weaver's tools with advantage.
Oh, okay.
While
Where
you do that, I'm trying to add an inspiration to my character sheet.
So,
Where-
your inspirations are stored in that. Okay, just go to attributes. Wait, god damn
Uh-huh.
it. Oh, they changed how this bullshit works again. Alright. Hold on a second here.
Sure, it's okay.
Let's see what we got here. Tidy 5e. There used to be like an attribute button, but they got rid of it. Oh, it's fucking obnoxious. Just make a note in your inventory about your inspirations. You have one. You already have one to shut two, and they don't
All
expire.
right, will do.
was that
Oh.
for me?
Oh, here we go. No, that was for Sky. I'll give you one too, because you're using sewing, and I appreciate good
Yeah.
tailoring. All right. Let's see here. You go to your inventory, scroll down until you see Weaver's Tools. It's under your tools. You got 4. Tinsel and Twine, Herbalism Kit, Thieves Tools, and Weaver's Tools. And click Weaver's Tools.
In my okay.
Yeah, the tab called Inventory.
They said it says unidentifiable on my screen.
Okay, are you using Marta the Bold? Or just Marta?
Oh, definitely. How do I?
Well, I just rolled you a nat 20. So, do you want to take the nat 20 I just rolled by accident, or do you want to do it
Yes.
yourself? So, Marta, through depth and precision, takes some of the extra cloth from the wagon and the other materials around, fortifies everyone's clothing to apply extra warmth without sacrificing any dexterity, and everyone is going to be perfectly bundled up. You're going to be immune from the cold as you traverse through the cold valleys.
Okay. Celerity's gonna strap the old-timey crampons onto their bare feet. Also, when looking through, do we see any clothes labeled like George Mallory or Sandy Irvin or
What are you referring to?
anything haunting?
Are these like famous mountaineers or something?
Oh yeah, very specifically, they're the first two people. They could have been the first two people who summited Mount Everest, but we'll never know because they never came back.
Oh.
Shit.
And they found George Mallory's body, I think like a decade ago or something. But not Sandy Irvin. He was never found, and they never found their camera, so they can't confirm if they got to the top or not.
Oh.
They got really
There was-
close last time they were seen,
What's crazy
but we have
about
no idea what
Personality's
happened to
body.
them. We have no idea if they reached the top.
what's crazy
So.
about Everest is like if you die on that mountain, they just leave your ass there because it's so dangerous to drag your body off of it that you just say like, oh, that's the purple boots guy. We use him as a fucking landmark now. He's been there for 30 years.
Yeah. Oh,
Like-
but a few years ago, someone actually Green Boots. Someone did his family a solid and just like pushed his body out of view
Wow.
because his family was really disturbed that people were using him as a landmark. So someone just like pushed his body off the mountain so no one could.
Oh,
I mean,
that's
at least his body was being fucking useful, unlike those other lazy bodies.
Yeah.
Thank
My
you,
mom
Captain.
told me a story about
You're
a lady who traveled up Everest like 30 years after her fiance froze to death up there and his body is still up there, and how she had like a whole like moment kind of looking at him like frozen in time because he still looked the same. Which
Yeah.
else? I can't remember which body it is though.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. There ain't no bacteria up there because that son of a bitch is high as fuck. All right.
Mm.
I heard if you die on that mountain, you die in real life.
That's true. All right, so Captain, I'm actually running one of my games right now, just an FYI. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll hop in a second. I'm in the kitchen though.
no worries. Like just like mute and you can listen in and everything. Just a heads up that we're actually doing it. All right, so gang, we're ready
Okay.
to ascend down into the Dry Valley and go up K2. Is there anything else we want to do?
I guess just make sure we've taken care of supplies, which I assume includes rations.
Yeah,
We have stuff
you
to make
bogarted some rations,
fire.
you're fine.
Was there anything else cool that we found, like, around the fireplace, or the pit? I mean,
Okay, everyone give me a range of 20 numbers and then roll a D100. Because it's St. Patrick's Day. All right,
What-
so
where is he?
Marta first. A range of 20 on a D100.
okay.
Now,
I will pick number. Oh wait, am I picking and rolling?
yeah, you tell me the range and then you roll. You can't do that bullshit where you roll and then tell me, well, actually, that's conveniently what
Well,
I did. Like,
I'm clarifying for a reason. So I will pick 20 to 40.
roll that D100. Nope.
No.
All right, celerity. A range of 20.
I'll also do 2040. I figure if we all do the same
Oh, that makes it
range,
easier,
then
I
we're more likely
suppose.
to hit it, maybe?
This is gonna be
I don't think that's how
No,
math
that's
works.
not how that
D100.
works.
/R space D100.
Yeah,
Also,
so
just
you know what?
remember-
Let's do
The bottom
0 to 20.
You can't even roll a 0. It'd be 1 to 20.
Or 1 to 20. The bottom 20 numbers.
Okay, let's see if Lumon
'Cause
actually
it's-
fails up this time.
Oh my fucking god! You've gotta be goddamn kidding me.
That is hilarious.
Oh my
That's
god.
That is
incredible.
hilarious. Okay, so
Oh my god.
Exact opposite
that is
of the range.
amazing.
You know what? I'm gonna unmute for that one and say, "What the fuck, guys?"
It's
That's a Luon
SJ,
roll.
SJ, bottom
Yeah?
right, just click the double dice and it'll do it automatically for you. So you want to do 80 to 100?
Oh,
That's
the
a
near
no.
misses.
But
Well, except for Slade.
I'm gonna be a Christian here, and because Luon rolled a nat 100 on a D100, which is hilarious,
That was real funny.
I'm gonna give it to Luon. So, Celerity, as you're marching through the grasses getting ready, you spot something. A 4-leaf clover.
Yep.
Add it to your inventory.
Okay, inventory. 4-leaf clover.
Aaron Cobra. Up IRA.
Do I put that in
Cobra.
root?
It is-
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it does later. All right.
Okay.
So we're ready to descend into the valleys.
Yes.
Do it.
Okay. The party begins their march down the side of Mount. Actually, I think I actually gave this mountain a name. I'm not gonna look it up. It's like forever. You make your way down into the dry valleys. Give me a perception check. The DC on this is 10. Watch everyone
Alright.
beef this. Watch everyone beef this. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Come on, Sky. Come on, Sky. I believe in you. I believe. Oh, thank God. A lot of you are marching in lockstep rhythm when all of your feet in simultaneous fashion hit something metallic with a thunderous clank.
Ooh.
What would you like to do?
Is it like covered in snow or something?
Yes, you're currently atop a snowdrift, and the three of you in lockstep rhythm have clanged atop some kind of metallic object.
Make
Even
like
more
a badger and dig it out.
Yeah.
How big is the object?
You don't know. Do you want to scrutinize it with investigation?
Well, I was gonna stomp on it, just to see if it's hollow.
You
Oh,
stomp,
good.
and you hear a kind of thud. It seems to be a doorway into something.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Okay. And I think Celerity, you were perhaps in the middle of digging it out.
Yeah, gonna dig or um
You can use elementalism to speed this along.
yeah, I'm
Great.
gonna use a sculpt element to move the snow out of the way.
You sculpt the snow out of the way, and you see a full copper door that does not bear a trace of patina buried into the snow that seems to burrow into the breadth of the mountain before you.
Trace of what?
A copper door that doesn't have a trace of patina. It hasn't oxidized.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a pure copper door. It's that beautiful
Holy fuck.
copper color, not a touch of patina on it. The door is highly ornamented. From your recollections, you can see it depicts various forms of the Koim and a variety of stages of undress. There are nude forms, clothed forms, half-clothed forms. You can see large worms coiled around the figures, not dissimilar to the one that you saw named Koyoto earlier that answered a lot of your questions that are coiled around their bodies. You can actually insight check this door if you see fit.
Yeah,
Give it a try.
Are we all
why
insight checking?
not?
If you want.
Yeah, I wanna.
Oh, also, for celerity, there is deep speech carved above the door,
Yes.
which I will send to you
What
right
does
now.
it say?
I will send it to you right now. Assuming the game doesn't fucking... There we go. That is what it says in deep speech. Okay, so 17, 18, 23. A lot of you can see that the coiled figures, the facial expressions, the mannerisms, and the postures of the figures upon the copper door indicate comedy, brotherhood, and familiarity. It seems to be a scene of mirth and joy and welcome.
Okay. And Celerity's gonna read out protect me from oil, water, insects, and loose bonding. Ooh. And above all, O Lord, protect me from falling into the hands of a fool.
Of a fool?
Strangely
Yeah,
specific.
FOOL.
There is a
Specific.
firm, well-oiled but frozen rope coiled around the handles to the door. It isn't knotted, it's simply coiled and frozen in place.
But well oiled.
Yes, you can tell it was lacquered and pressed. It has a beautiful,
Hmm.
vibrant brown to it.
Definitely going in, right?
I
Yeah,
think
and this seem like this doesn't seem like a spell jammer, does it?
No, this is on the way to the Spelljammer.
Gotcha. Hell yeah.
How are you going to open
Yeah.
the door?
Let me double check. What I've got. Hmm.
Celerity is just gonna pull on the handles and see if it opens.
Oh,
Yeah, pull
Give me
pull
a-
on the rope.
Give me an athletics check.
Not to. I feel like I've been playing too many Indiana Jones games because I'm a little worried about pulling on the rope. But
I never go full Indiana Jones. So,
yeah, that's true.
Celerity, you grab the ropes. You can feel the firm burn of the frozen coiled fibers, and it snaps, and the door opens with a furious aplomb. Within, deathly silence, cold. Do you have dark vision?
Um,
I think I do.
I actually don't know.
You do. I think actually everyone in the party does except nope, Sky does too.
Yeah.
Sky has devil sight.
I have 60
Yeah,
feet.
Devil Sight. I think we all have dark vision.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a lot of
And this
feet.
is where the party says they have dark vision. I have dark
I
vision.
love it.
All right, we're gonna take a 20-second hiatus as I malurinate.
Okay, well, I'm going.
All right, gang. So we're back into the motion. We are looking down the corridor. Within, you see a large library, although it is refit of shelves and tables, but it has no books, save for a large tome upon a pedestal at the center of the room. You can smell vellum in the air and the sweet scent of vanilla from what used to be the remnant of books. It seems this area has been untouched for quite some time, but it seems to have already been ransacked. What would we like to do? Oh, there are deep speech sigils on the front of the book. However, due to the darkness, you cannot read it, and before anyone complains, dark vision just makes dark dim, and in dim light, you have disadvantage of perception checks. So, what would we like to do, gang?
I'll use get closer to the book. Use beckon fire to create a cloud of embers in my hand to light the space a little bit. And it does say there are harmless embers, so they can't hurt the book.
Got it.
And try to read it.
Okay. The tome in front of you is thick, about 6 inches thick, with the front and back binding of stone held together by thick coiled braids of coppered wire that hasn't patinaed. Deep speech lines the front of the book, and it says this in simple speech: Audit of archive. What would you like to do?
Probably look to Sky, because this seems like potentially some warlock shit. And tell him what it says and ask, what do you think this means? Is it safe to touch?
Come again? What does it say?
Audit of archives.
Audit of archives. I
Investigation
don't know
check.
why that would sound infernal. I mean, why it would sound warlocky.
Kind of racist of you, Celerity.
Huh?
Kind of racist of you, Celerity.
Or I'll look to both the arcane casters, like, hey, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, this is weird as shit.
Oh, well, let's see if there are any other descriptions around here, any other signs before we touch anything. But otherwise, I think we will need to move forward eventually.
Yes. Is there anything else that we? Anything
can
else you
s-
see? Anything else
You can
anyone sees?
see that there are a variety of arcane lanterns in here. However, they are not lit at present.
Can we light them?
Roll Arcana.
How about that?
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
All right, let me see if that check works. Unfortunately, because it's Phoenix, that works.
Oh,
So,
come on. Her name's
Hey.
Phoenix, she should have advantage on fire-based stuff.
we don't do nominative determinism here in this campaign. So anyway, Marta, with her astute grasp of the arcane arts, realizes that there's a switch on the side, flicks them, and the area is lit with fire, and everything is brightly lit. However, everything in this room is described in deep speech, and I'm going to assume that Celerity simply describes it to everyone.
Yeah, Celerity will translate
damn,
anything for the
Sky!
smarter people.
Woo!
Okay, I'm going to give you a bonus here, Sky. So, Sky, you're
Ooh.
scrutinizing.
Yeah.
What are you scrutinizing for? What do you want to know?
I'll
What
be
is the
looking
question?
for. Huh?
What is the question you want answered?
Anything that relates what's in here to the ship or the origin or mortality of Genevieve's regime.
Not bad.
Hmm.
You can
So,
see
like
here
symbols, ties, something.
there's a lot of deep speech descriptions of the items in this inventory. You can't quite, you don't know what they say, but you can tell based on their disbursement and their arrangement that they seem to be titles for a library, like archaeology, astronomy, biology. But all of the books are missing, every single one, and this seems to be quite a large library, except for this singular tome. And based on your interpretation of its name, Audit of Archives, it seems that they removed the books, and that this final remaining book indicates what was removed and what was present,
Ooh.
and maybe where it went.
I think there's no way. I think there's no fast way to do this. I think we have to read this book.
Wait, do you
All right.
have the invocation Eyes of the Runekeeper?
I don't think so, but let me check.
Clairvoyant, Agonizing Blast, Armor of Shadows, Repellent, Awakened Mind. Nah, you didn't take that one. I highly recommend it. It's very useful.
Noted.
Now, of course, you can be polite in the future and pretend you don't know deep speech so that Celerity can stop you. It's like, oh, this? I have no idea. It could be anything. It definitely doesn't say
Yeah,
dangerous
Celerity.
explosive. Carry on.
We'll just have to read it.
Well, I guess so. We'll just sit here. How many pages is it?
It's 6 inches thick and it's about 4,000 pages.
Well,
Ian,
okay.
What are we looking for?
At least, huh?
What are we looking for again? I'm sorry. I
At
was
least,
distracted by carvings in the wall.
okay. At least we could open the first page, see if there's some sort of table of contents or guide of some sort, and we'll see what it says and then go from there. How does that sound, guys?
Yes.
Sounds perfect.
hey Ian, you know what's interesting?
Hmm?
Sky
love-
is missing an invocation.
Hey, Sky, do you want Eyes of the Runekeeper?
Sure.
Could you please add it, Jack?
Yes.
I honor you, Truth King. Alright, so Celerity and Sky can parse over it. They open the front, and lo and behold, Sky's suggestion is true. It lists all of the tomes in the book, but one of the last entries in the initial index is missing remnants of the archive.
Let's look at that section.
It says 2 books are missing from the audit. They're called Stellar Phenomenon and Extraplanar Ecology. There's a small notation from the auditor musing that the prior few weeks have been quite hectic, and maybe anybody could have gotten in here as the temple transited to this demi-plane. And I will post the books in the main channel so that we have access to what they are.
Interesting.
Oh, also,
Okay.
Sky and Celerity. At the far end of the room, in a brightly lit corner, there is a single velvet robe affixed to a bronze bell, and in deep speech, and says summon worm. That is about the only other noteworthy thing in this area.
All right.
I mean, should we ring it?
I'm gonna defer to Celerity's wisdom and commit the super sin of multitasking phone calls because I don't want to miss this scene and I don't know how long I'm gonna be on hold.
Well, we can just pause.
I mean,
Cool. I gotta call poison control.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Well,
I-
we can take a $5.
Poison control
not a big
seems
deal.
mildly more
See you later.
important.
Yes.
Well, I don't know how long I'll be on hold. Anyway, I'll be right back.
Sure, we'll take a pause. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins, to the wrong accent to restart the video. All right, so
no, you stuck with it.
Yeah.
ha ha ha! As you look
Lore.
into the dread confines, actually, you've reinstated the lights within this library. You can see the various little motifs in deep speech, and they say astronomy, geometry, mathematics, history, and yada yada yada. It's a very clearly organized library, mysteriously under the Dewey Decimal System, which is now canon in my homebrew. Thank you. Everything has been well defined. The only outlier in the area is a book in the Dead Center, which states that there are 2 records missing from the collection that were not recovered in the audit: Stellar Phenomenon and Extraplanar Ecology, which I have posted in the general chat. And there is also a large velvet rope with a bell. Affixed to it is a sign in deep speech which says Summon Worm. When we last departed, our entire cantankerous coterie of ne'er-do-wells were wondering whether or not they wanted to pull the obvious MacGuffin. What would we like to do?
Pull the obvious MacGuffin.
Okay, we're pulling the MacGuffin. So the MacGuffin
I'm,
has been
I'm hearing that in Itima's voice from The Emperor's New Groove.
That's actually, I'm actually a tear rolled down my cheek. Thank you. So,
Amazing.
pull the lever, Kronk. Also, her name is Yzma, actually. So,
Oh, Itima's.
yeah, it's Yzma. So anyway,
I know it's Eartha Kitt.
yeah, -1 inspiration. So, you pull the lever. A Dolores timbre resonates to the facility. A dum dum. It mysteriously sounds like the NBC call sign. Dum dum dum. And a large tendril emerges from a large brass plaque at the rear end and coils outwards and seems to almost be pointing at you, Celerity. What would you like to do?
Go towards it.
Okay, what are you going to do now?
So it's a... sorry, it's what pointing at Celerity? It's a light or a
tendril. It's a tentacle.
tendril?
A thick, muscular tendril. It's also viscous and covered in fluid.
Yeah, I'll put my hand out to the tentacle
God, I love you people. So,
as if inviting it for a handshake.
it
All
coils.
right.
It coils into your palm and wraps around your wrists with a firm tug, and you hear a voice within your mind. What do you desire?
Oh, can you say that a little louder?
What do you desire? As a piercing scream echoes through your mind. You take 1 point of psychic damage.
Oof.
Okay. Oof. I out of character, I legitimately did not hear what you said.
Oh, okay. No psychic damage then.
So what did it say?
What do you desire? You've never heard Lady Ilmar's voice, have you? Alright. What do you desire from the librarian of this realm?
Hold that thought.
Of
And
course.
I'm gonna beckon the other 2 over and be like, it just asked, what do we desire from the librarian of this realm? I think it's safe to touch. I thought I was gonna take psychic damage for a minute there, but turns out I'm fine.
Don't.
So if you want to grab the tentacle as well, that might make things easier.
Sky sighs and grabs the tentacle.
Yes. Marta, is there another tentacle available?
There's
Marta,
only the one.
only one tentacle. Okay.
Yes.
Can we
Great.
all grab the tentacle at
I
the
will-
same time?
It's quite large, yes. It's girthy.
Hey, at least Marta can use her potato sack to like wrap her hand in and
Totally.
No,
put
that
as
doesn't
much
work.
goo on it.
Yes.
You gotta make direct contact with the weird MacGuffin tentacle.
So, let me. Marta's gonna. Do we psychically ask the question? What kind of questions should we be asking? Is that what we're supposed to
I
do?
don't know.
Well, it asked us, what do we desire
Oh,
from
what
the
do we-
librarian of this realm?
Why do I have to do all
okay.
the work in this relationship?
I'm pretty sure. I desire the knowledge
Yes.
to let me. I'm trying to think this. I desire to know how to defeat the usurpers and go home.
Ah! You must seek
Hey.
the tomes that have been missing from the archive.
Where are those tomes?
We do not know. They were stolen when we entered into this new realm.
Oh,
Do you got any leads?
There was a rather strange noble that came through here from the regime asking for some tomes up shortly after we transited. They said they came from a village to the south known as Surkotada. That was the last contact we had with the regime. I believe that might be a very fortuitous start to your quest.
What did they look like, this noble?
Skin like bronze, horns curled around their head, hair like the feathers of a raven.
Does this description match either of the three rulers that we know?
No.
Okay. I mean, this seems to be like a sidekick thing, right? Can you like show us a picture in our brains?
Oh,
I don't know if that's how that works.
Well, that was always allowed. Shows you a photo.
great.
And it has bronze skin and horns and raven hair, right?
Yes.
Are they hot?
Good question.
I don't know what you're about. I suppose that's for you to answer.
Okay.
Also, what a weird thing to ask someone you just met. Like,
Okay.
That was out of character. Celerity is married.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe you're polygamous.
Do we? What do you know about the crash at out of character? I believe that's the top of the mountain. Is that right? The thing we're
Yes.
looking for. Okay.
Ah!
What do you know about the crash at the top of the mountain?
Oh, that is merely a myth. The locals say that a great dragon fell into the mountain in the ages of yore. I've seen no evidence of such a thing.
We think it was a ship.
Oh, preposterous! No one in this area has access to the ability to fly as the birds or the dragons do.
I mean, that could be why someone mistook it as a dragon, because they didn't know what they were looking at.
I suppose that would be within the realm of reason. The people around here are quite lacking in, how do they say, critical thinking. What else do you require?
This is a judgmental tentacle.
Yeah.
Well, you've been stuck inside walls for 800 years.
Judgmental.
You would be a bit sour too, wouldn't you?
Oh my god, it's spicy. Okay.
Is there anything we could do
It
to
is a
make you
tentacle.
more comfortable?
No, this is my lot in life. I chose this station. But perhaps your friend could dress better. That burlap sack is quite ill-suiting.
At least I know what a union is. Flicks her hair.
I actually have
Damn.
dental for your information.
Okay.
What
Okay,
else
well.
do you desire?
I mean, I guess any tips for getting up the mountain?
They act like a librarian. Maybe we should treat them like one.
Don't
You
make
know,
me shush you.
They have a Dewey Decimal System of information.
Yeah, maybe you should fucking whisper when you talk to them.
Oh,
You're
It's
speaking,
hard enough to hear Ian doing the voice anyway.
You're speaking too loudly and it's upsetting them. In
I
your
thought this was.
mind.
I thought we were all psychically attached to the tentacle.
You're thinking
Correct.
too loud and it upsets them.
Think quieter.
So everyone's gonna ask their questions a little bit more. A little bit more.
Yeah, any tips for getting up the mountain?
That's perfect. All right. How are you gonna? Can you actually whisper that to me if you don't mind?
Hey, any tips for getting up the mountain? We found some climbing gear and, a bunch of stuff, but I'm worried about being able to breathe when we get closer to the top. We're trying to find the wreckage of that, what was called a dragon.
Well, it is about time that you began to maintain the volume of your voice. I was putting out so many very clear hints that you should perhaps lower your volume, and I'm quite appreciative that you've picked up on this clearly obvious semblance of candor. I believe you.
Sorry, man, I'm autistic. You gotta be just straight with me.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, some of the librarians also have the same predilection.
A lot of the librarians, probably.
Well, to be honest, kind of all of them.
Yeah, and probably most people who still use the library.
I understand that. I believe with your clothing and your equipment at present, you will be more than fine climbing the mountain. I wouldn't trouble yourselves. You will get up there. How do they say? Lickety split.
Marta's gonna lean over to the rest of the party and say, "I don't think she can tell us anything." I think, and I'm gonna whisper it. This isn't a whisper. I don't think she has any more to tell us. Or
Where
they.
did the tomes go when they were removed?
Oh, that's a
Who
great
removed
question.
them and why?
Oh, yes.
Oh, thank you, SJ. Take your inspiration. They were taken to the Central Archives over at Sushant in the central capital. It's quite far from here, and unfortunately, we're a bit sequestered. You won't be able to reach the main branch. We're a spot stuck here, unfortunately. The only things that are missing are those 2 books. If you would bring them back to me, I would be more than obliged to assist you in whatever fashion, and perhaps I could bestow upon you some favors. We're quite the sticklers for paperwork around here.
Sky's eyes light up. But they don't promise anything.
How may I?
Celerity thinks to themselves, oh yeah, and it was weird I thought this was warlock shit. Oh.
Is there anything else? Wait, actually, hold on a second. Would you like to know more?
I mean, yeah, no, it doesn't hurt no one.
What else do you require? I am quite the vestibule of knowledge, and I am at your disposal. It's been quite some time since someone has availed themselves of my particular set of skills.
Sky is gonna take like a half a second to impulse check themselves about how bad an idea this might be.
Do it.
And then just be like, okay. He's gonna pull the package out of his bag, read the inscription, and ask, do you know what this is?
Oh, let me consult my notes on this bad boy. Hold on a second. This is deep lore shit.
You have
Yeah,
stumped the DM.
I actually have
Satchel that Sky's been carrying this whole campaign.
Yeah, no, I have to actually pause the recording because. Now, what else do you require of me?
So, did the worm say anything when I showed him the parcel and asked if he knew anything about it?
You can feel the tendril kind of recoil a little bit from your grasp and then recoil around you to reestablish the connection. Ah, an ancient myth of the Patali. That is a sliver of the tripartite. They say that there is a great thing that slumbers beneath the earth, and that the song and the whispers, the sound of the wind through the trees, the hum of the bird song, the chittering of the insects, is a great choir, a song, a rhythm that keeps that beast at bay. This is one of the parts of that great song. It's never been recovered in whole. Quite interesting that you would have a piece of it.
Interesting indeed. Thank you.
You are more than welcome. Is there anything else that you require?
Why did you recoil from it? Does it hurt you?
No. My people and I have prodigious memories. And while to the Patali the creature described in this myth is a myth, but to me it is a living thing. I remember when this thing used to traipse about the realm, smashing and crushing and smothering and destroying, breaking and bruising. But they're all dead. It's but a myth. But still, the memory of that lays within me and my people, as fresh as the day that it occurred. I apologize for the drama, but sometimes the past is still present.
I understand. You have my sympathy.
Much
How
obliged.
how did it die? When did it die?
Oh, there were many of them. Some were felled by the giants, some felled by the gods, some felled by the elders. But they all ground into dust, and the bodies of those creatures from the ferment and the throes of the waters rising to create the lands, they were put into their places. I can distinctly recall each and every one of them that died. Anything else that would be left would be a myth. There's none of them that still live in some fashion.
What were those creatures called?
I'm trying to recollect. What would your preference be for dialect? The term in deep speech, the term in infernal? I think that's the custom dialect here.
Yeah, Colonel works.
I believe in infernal they were known as Tarasques. I believe that was the term.
Ooh.
But they're a myth. They were all cast aside in the earliest throes, ground into dust. I don't believe anyone has seen or heard of them in 7,000 years. And trust me, I was there. I saw them pressed into the earth and brought back to that from whence they came. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and thence they returned. It's a myth. The Patali are a superstitious race of beasts. The regime is hardly poised to discourage them in these things. They love to keep them simple and cold.
What can you tell us about the current regime? The three rulers.
My people didn't generally concern themselves with the area, but I know that there's the Empress Antoinette, the Empress Genevieve, and the Emperor Parsifal. They were the ministers of finance. That was Genevieve. The minister of justice. That was the Empress Antoinette. And the minister of... Oh dear, what was the strange term they used? Bread and circuses. That was Parsifal. That's really all I know. And while this territory may adjoin us, this particular temple is quite far to the south of Aztlan, the native realm of our people. It's at least a 4-week journey to the north by foot to get to the Great Province, the 7 cities in the caves. I wish I could return. That would be a blessing to be reunited with my brethren, my sisters.
Why can't you return?
I believe we're all trapped in this demi-plane together, aren't we, my dear?
Oh yeah, the Demiplane thing. Never mind, sorry, forgot I asked that.
It's fine. Sometimes I forget to.
That was a Luwan brain fart, not a Celerity brain fart.
No, it's fine. Have you ever felt that something was missing from you, but you can still feel its presence? That's how I feel about the touch of my brethren and the light and love of my family. I can still feel the warmth of them, the smile of my father and my brothers and my sisters and my cousins and my nephews and my... I remembered the day that I felt that warmth and that love. It's been 8 centuries. I hope to return someday. That would be a great boon.
Do you have a name?
Oh, I am Coyotl. I am the same as the one you met earlier. I'm the only one left within the temple. The rest of my brethren, they left before the transit. I stayed behind to protect the Koim in accordance to our compact, and now I must suffer for it. Oh, I suppose I must patiently wait. I am very patient. Very.
All right. Thank you, Kyoto.
You are the more than welcome, Sky. Is there anything else you need of me? A spot of melancholy has fallen upon me. I would wish to retire, but if you seek more information, I'd be more than welcome to oblige. It's nice to have conversation from those that aren't ghosts stored within me. Phantasms and images, whispers and shadows.
Do you think there's I know all the books got taken away, but do you think there's, I don't know, anything in this temple that might be of use to us on our journey?
I believe you have taken everything that you could find within here. I can still feel the faint hum and the resonance of the arcane, and it is slowed down to the faintest flip. Imagine a creature in hibernation. The metabolism slows and the creature halts. I can feel the arcane in this place has been slowed to its hibernation. I don't believe there's anything left for you, unfortunately.
No bother. And Celerity is gonna uh squeeze the tentacle gently in what is supposed to be like a reassuring gesture and think to what's the name? Coatl?
Coyotl. It's actually the etymological origin of the word coyote.
Coatl.
Ooh,
I'm thinking Coatl.
love that.
I know what it's like, not to the degree you have been, obviously, but to be separated from family.
A
Just
sliver. Oh, go ahead.
maybe not to the full extent, but I understand some of that pain.
A sliver of the truth is still the truth, my brother. Although you know a fraction of that which I have seen, it is still a fraction, and that has value. I honor you. I thank you for your sympathy.
Give it another
And
squeeze.
Marta is going to just let her touch linger a little bit longer, and a gentle squeeze as well. And just kindly thank I'm sorry, the tentacle's name is what again?
Coyotl.
Okay.
Coyotl.
Okay. Zioto, for giving us the information that we needed.
It is an honor to serve. I suppose my preference is to serve the living rather than the dead, so I am much obliged to honor those of flesh. Ghosts have been my companions for quite some time. It's lonely but purposeful.
And Marta, oh,
Is there anything else that you all need?
I believe we're good for now.
Much
You
obliged.
see if any.
If you need me further, I shall be here. My kind have a spot of resilience. Sometimes a curse, sometimes a blessing. I suppose now I don't know. You're more than welcome to visit. As for your journey for the book, Surkotada is far to the south. It is to the south of the city of Hadar. Simply go there and perhaps you may dig up some remnant of what has transpired.
Keep that in mind.
You are more than welcome. I shall bid you adieu. Enjoy your travels. And be wary of the mountain if you seek that dragon. It's quite perilous. I believe the Patali had a name for it, and I think it translates from Sylvan into those that enter do not leave. So exercise caution. Good day. The tentacle retreats. As the tentacle retreats, all of the lights in the library snuff out, and you are shrouded in a cool darkness.
Do we have any way of determining what time it is? We should.
You
Go
just
ahead.
woke up, and you've probably spent about 30 minutes in here. It's probably like 8:30 in the morning.
Oh, perfect. Well, shall we continue?
Think we shall.
You exit out into the fray and make your way across the large plain. Give me some Actually, no, you're warm. It's relatively warm. The weather's relatively mild. Give me a con check DC 10, and everyone gets advantage on this.
On, you said check, not save, right?
Oh, save. My mistake. Save.
Oh, save. Okay. It's the same thing.
Oh God, Celerity.
Oh, you said advantage, right?
Yes. You dense motherfucker. Thank God.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, thank ball.
If the monk was the only one to fail that, that would have been hilarious.
It's like, cool. The bard and the warlock fine. The monk is a statue.
Celerity, as we move up the mountain, Celerity is just gonna start, just kind of continuously using the elementalism, cantrip, beckon fire, to just try and keep their digits warm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, since I know that the warmth prestidigitation only lasts an hour, Sky would go ahead and cast it on everyone's feet, or on the shoes everyone is wearing, since it's inanimate objects only, and on the gloves and headwear of anyone who is wearing gloves and headwear as well. Is that okay?
That is fantastic.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool.
You make your way up the cresting mount of K2 with no perturbances. You even are prepared for the snow blindness as the blazing tyranny of the sun scours the brilliant white snow and nearly brings you all to blindness. But one of you had the good sense to make, Inuit snow blindness goggles, so you're perfectly fine. You crest around a corner, and the great crag, a jutting remnant of the mountain shattered in times past, casts shade upon it. And in this shaded dark, you can see the silvery remnants and celerity known as the hatch, an entrance into a spell jammer, nestled.
Oh, holy shit, the hatch is
delicated-
right there.
Nestled into the side of the mountain. Do any of you speak Giantish? I just hear a bunch of fucking rolls and shit.
No.
Okay, deep deep speech, goblin, celestial. I don't think any of you dense motherfucker. Actually, no. Marta speaks fucking giant.
Hell yeah.
They're fucking coming in clutch. This fucking
Oh my God.
group.
Okay.
So, in the exterior hatch is a single sigil and giantish, and it is emergency. And
Okay.
there's a giant size lever on this, so it's like 3 times the size of what you think the lever should fucking look like. It is huge.
Okay. And I'm sorry, where's the lever again, or where is this room?
It is
With
to
the lever?
it is to the right of an octagonal door with a thick, alchemically altered glass opening that peers into the interior. And if you look in it, you can see what looks like a small room. Celerity, do you look in the glass too?
Yeah.
Yes. What do we see?
It is an airlock, and Celerity knows this because they've seen an airlock before.
Okay, this is an airlock. It's kind of like you know how some people have like a mud room in their house where
Yeah.
like you walk out for it's like a mud room, but instead of like you put your dirty boots in there, you make sure it's closed when you're going between, you know, the oxygen filled comfortable cabin where you can breathe and the void of space where you can't.
Okay. Very good to know. And I see that there's giantish written on it, and I'm sorry, it says emergency, and I I mean, I think someone probably pushed that it was a lever, right? Ian?
I think
There
it
is
was.
a lever.
Uh-huh.
It is painted green. It is labeled emergency, and it is still recessed in its sconce.
Oh, I see. I
It
see.
has never been pulled.
Gotcha.
Does the lever seem like it would open the airlock from the outside?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, uh, and there's nothing that we see in there that is like dangerous or a specimen of some kind or something.
No acid blood or
Yeah.
No, there's no alien. There's no. You're not gonna. I'm not gonna. I kind of wish I did that, but there's no aliens in here. Okay, you're not.
Okay.
You're not gonna get 1979 in here. Okay, you're fine.
I just was making sure.
As it turns out,
You see a
it's Chuck
series.
Tingle.
Again, you see a series of small eggs shrouded in a thin fog. No, the interior.
Larry starts to tell the story of a fearsome warrior who saved their ship by blowing something out the airlock
Yes.
twice.
Watched Alien like yesterday.
Such a great movie. Okay, so are we gonna pull the MacGuffin lever?
Oh, 100%.
Yes, I guess we may as well go ahead and pull this, and Marta will pull it.
You pulled actually a strength check. The DC is 17.
Ugh. Okay.
You've got this. Come
we
on.
both
Can
pull it at the
Celerity
same
give her
time?
advantage by trying to pump her up like a training coach?
Oh
Or
yeah.
maybe you can pull the lever.
No, I want to pull the lever with encouragement.
Well, Martha said she wanted to do it. Let's let her try.
Thank you.
Okay, it's like a lever for
That's
giants,
off.
but okay.
You got this. Come on.
We believe in you. You could do
Put
it.
your
I
whole
see
body
you
into
in
it.
hell.
Is
No,
it
not just
wait,
your
should I do
arms.
an
Use your
ability
legs.
check or a saving throw?
It is a strength ability check, so do athletics with
Oh,
advantage.
I don't know. Did that? Okay.
Come on, you got this.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
Marta, describe how you beef this. Just absolutely beef
Uh,
this.
I will give up swiftly and look knowingly at Celerity.
Okay, so Celerity will try to pull it.
Advantage, athletics. Oh my fucking god, I swear to god. There we go.
Okay. 23, there we go.
Celerity gets a firm grip, pulls it. The door explodes open with a plum, bombarding you with thick, stagnant air that has been unreleased in centuries.
Oh my
Uh, it,
god.
it smells like an ancient gym locker full of
This
teenage
is how we
boys.
die.
It's terrible. And within, you can see the unlit interior of an airlock with large lockers on the side because of the angle of the ship entering the mountain. They are all open, and you can see that they are empty. What would we like to do now?
Let's wait for the smell to clear out a little bit.
Takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's do that and then head.
All right, you head in.
Yeah, but while we're waiting for the air to clean out, Celerity wants to just, kind of consistent perception check around the area, see if anything's like watching them or if they notice any movements through the hatch or what have you.
Give me a investigation
Or-
check,
or
and if
any
you are
working technology.
arcanely, what was that?
I said, or if there's any working technology.
For Celerity, give me investigation,
Ooh.
and for Sky and Marta, give me Arcana.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh, so for Sky and Marta, you can do that with advantage. God damn, y'all beefing this shit. You got
What do
Dumbo
I-
Prime over here beating y'all. There we go. That's
go.
more appropriate. Celerity, you can tell that the airlock, with your Spelljammer experience, is operating off of just manual ability and stuff. It's a manual lock. There is no arcane influence in the area. And with Sky and Marta, you can see that there is a faint hint, like the smell of bleach, the change in ozone with an electrical current, that there is a minor amount of charge still left within the airlock and everything. And it seems to be doing one thing and one thing only, which is sealing the door and cycling the air when it is sealed. And that's about the only thing you pick up on. What would we like to do?
Guess let's enter the ship.
You seal the door behind you to start this cycle sequence? Alright, perfect.
Would Celerity know if that's the safer thing to do?
You would know that that would be customary to enter the ship in this situation, would be that it would cycle the air and reacclimate everything.
Okay, then let's do that.
But you don't know what a giant atmosphere would be like within the interior of the ship.
I'm gonna ask the two smart people. Do y'all know what a giant atmosphere is like? Like, could we breathe in that?
I'll roll nature. Is Sky just
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good one. Yeah, roll nature. You can do it with advantage. Bush moy. Marta, although you did a very good job, you're unfamiliar with giant physiology in this realm, but you do reach the reasonable conclusion that you can do with advantage to Celerity. Watch nat 20. Watch. Luan's gonna waste their nat 20 on this bullshit. No, the same exact thing as Marta. Marta and Celerity turn around to say the same thing at the same time and just bonk heads.
Oh.
Cute.
And then they explain.
I ship it.
Perfect. You could probably assume that atmospheric everything, because you've heard that the giants are actually native to the prime material plane, and that the Patali are native to the prime material plane, and this is the prime material plane. That the atmospheric composition will probably be identical, and you'll likely have no issues entering within the ship itself.
Alrighty, let's start that cycle.
Let's get in there.
All right, perfect. Give me a athletics check to pull the lever. I highly recommend.
We already did.
You have to shut the door now.
Oh, okay.
It's a big old fucking door with advantage.
Advantage?
With advantage.
Oh no.
You could try again. Just Just give it to me again with advantage until you manage it.
Okay, Celerity's gonna stretch a little bit,
Hey, first off,
loosen up.
look, it's not normally like this. It's just really cold in here. Like, there we go.
Okay,
You shut
dirty 20.
You shut the door. The system sends out an alert in Giantish.
What's it say?
Here, one moment. Okay, so the following is stated in Giantish, which I've sent to the only person who knows Giantish.
Mm.
You can tell
Excuse
them what
me.
it says. You hear a voice mumble some
No,
stuff in Giantish.
Okay. The voice said decontamination and atmospheric stabilization. Please stand by. That's what it said in Giantish. And I say it just the way it says it. Or sorry, I'm sorry, Marta says it just the way they said it.
It actually had a strange Valley Girl tilt to the
What?
way it said it in the. That's actually in my notes, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
It had a strange Valley Girl lilt to the way it pronounced the Giantish, which
Decontamination and
Martin-
atmospheric stabilization. Please stand by. There you go.
Perfect.
Take your inspo, queen.
Incredible.
The system cycles, and the door opens, and I want everyone to make an Arcana check with advantage. Actually, Marta and Sky make Arcana checks, and our good old boy Celerity makes Investigation with advantage.
Oh,
God,
not bad.
God damn!
Mm-hmm.
Getting it done.
Girl boss Gaslight. Gatekeep girl boss Gaslight. So
Gaslight Gatekeep Girl Boss.
there we go. Gaslight Gatekeep girl boss. I almost
Yeah.
forgot the deep magic. As you enter into the interior of the ship, you kind of made out the faint contours of its exterior, and it looked like a large galleon, like a 100-foot vessel made of metal that had slammed into the mountain. When inside the interior, you can see a large hallway extending deep, deep into the bowels of the mountain. And it is significantly larger than it looks from the inside. For Skyen and Marta, you notice that this is an extraplanar space and it has been dimensionally enhanced. The interior of the ship is larger than the exterior, and Celerity, you reach the same conclusion. However, Martin and Sky notice that the magic that is sustaining this particular effect seems to be waning and is in danger of collapsing. Now, not anytime soon, but it will occur in the future. Whatever mechanism is sustaining this has been damaged, and it is slowly depleting itself to the point of collapse. You can look down the dark hallway and everything. You can see actually a lever to the right in Giantish, which says activate, which Marta immediately reads. And it has an enormous, giant-sized handprint thing underneath it. What would we like to do?
With their background, would Celerity have any insight into what this would activate?
You can see that there's coiled bands of copper that rise to the top, and a series of emerald crystals dot the hallway going down in about 30-foot increments. You could reach a conclusion that that's probably the lighting system.
Okay. Yeah. Try to activate it.
Give me a strength check.
Just straight strength, not athletics.
Athletics.
Thank you. Because those are two very different roles.
It's true, and it's kind of stupid. With advantage.
Oof.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
On St. Patrick's Day, you could do it again.
Yeah, it's from pulling that lever.
This is your Irish
They
point.
pulled something. Okay, use my Irish point to reroll.
This is your Aaron Gobra point. You can roll
Okay.
again with advantage. Oh, no way. No way. Do it with
No,
advantage.
no.
Oh, there we
Okay.
go.
That's a little better.
Thank ball. You push it, and a series of cascading lights arc down the spine of the vessel deep into the interior, lighting it. You can see that there's a series of hallways to the left and right. There's No exterior iconography right here. It's a series of symbols that are foreign to Celerity, Sky, and Marta. None of you can pick out what they are. They're insular to the giants of this realm. Um, but scrutinizing the area with the light, you can see that the ship has been here a long time, and if there's anything alive in here, it's been dead a goddamn long time. The place is safe. What we'd like to do.
First things first. Let's try to figure out why it crashed.
Yeah.
Tall
Yeah,
order,
I guess
probably.
let's go to maybe we go to the helm first. Might be the best place to start.
Let's look for the helm.
The biggest and the smartest. I'm so proud.
Mm.
So a lot of you make your way down the hallway. There's a series of doors to the left and right. I imagine we're going to scrutinize them really quick.
Yeah.
They're just barracks and everything. It seems the front of the ship is the barracks. They've been picked clean. A routine ocular pat down, even a roll, you would find that there's nothing in it. As you make your way down the vessel about a good 200, 300 feet, you eventually arrive at a large circular room with a dome capped in an enormous emerald crystal. The opposite wall from where you are entering is concave and houses a mural. Skeletons, those of giants, they seem to be between 15 to 20 feet tall, are clad in arms and armor, weapons firmly in their hands, lying still. Their posture and their arrangement seems to be that they died in some kind of thankless vigil. What would we like to do? Oh, in Giantish, there are actually 3 quotes. There's a door to the left, a door to the right, and a door straight ahead. And they're all in Giantish, which I'm now going to send to our favorite ne'er-do-well, who is the only person who picked Giantish for this. Good job,
Yep.
Phoenix. Suffering from success.
I know. I didn't know what I was doing.
Exactly. Look.
You the best, shouty.
You keep doing you. There are 3 quotes. They go from left, center to right. The left door is the top one, the middle door is the middle one, and the right door is the bottom one.
All right. Does everyone want me to, in character, also read this in Valley Girl Talk?
Yes, please.
Wait,
Absolutely.
Okay. Ringing weak flash yields no gold. Iron is often better than the hand that wields it. The sharpest mind can shape the dullest stone. There we go. Those were the 3 doors.
There is
And
also,
I do want to put this out there. I saw Legally Blonde for the first time on Saturday.
oh my god.
Oh,
Canceled.
nice.
Canceled. Like, alright, we're gonna carry on though.
Look, he finally
Am I
saw it.
canceled,
That's what's
or
important.
is Captain cancel?
It's
Captain's
amazing.
canceled. It's amazing. Captain's canceled though. So
There's a sequel.
we're not talking about that. So as you look forward, there is also a mural that flanks the left to the right walls. It overlaps all of the doors. Do we wish to scrutinize the mural? You can do any check you want. I'll give you a quick overview before we start making our checks, and I want you to think about what you want to do after I tell you this. The mural is painted over stone, which has been carefully and precisely fitted into the adamantine walls of the vessel. Traces of long dead lichen and other little imperfections indicate the stone wall was once natural and was simply placed here within the ship and painted over. And now you can make your rolls to scrutinize it.
I make survival to try and discern the age of this.
Sure. Let me see.
15.
Let me see what the hell you rolled. You can tell based on the trace remnants of the lichen and the other things that are on here that this wall and the lichen has actually been almost calcified, and it seems that the wall itself and the lichen on it probably between 6,000 to 7,000 years old.
Oh, damn.
Hmm.
So before the Koim went into this demiplane, or
Correct.
around the same time?
The Koim entered this demiplane 812 years ago, so this is 10
Okay,
times
so this
older.
was here before them.
Yes, that is the correct conclusion you could reach. This thing slammed in here before the transit, and it's been here ever since.
You
All
said the
right.
barracks have been picked clean, which means we aren't the first people to get here.
Not necessarily.
Oh my god, you also said that the lever to the airlock had never been opened before.
Correct.
So we're the first. So in character, oh my god, we might be the first people to get here, but and starting to talk in hushed tones, there could still be someone alive in here, I think.
After
Very
7
It
refreshing.
just
billion
feels
years.
weird.
How could someone still be alive in here?
A druid.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck.
So anyway,
He said the lever had never been pulled for a reason. He's up to something.
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Wow.
So anyway,
Alright.
you can see that the mural in front of you depicts 3 giant figures. Their complexion varies from a faint tan to the left, all the way to the right to the color of a rich volcanic earth. Curiously, the depictions lack faces. Instead, they have an elliptical form from left gold, center stone, and the right iron. And further, each of the depictions, although humanoid, absent the strange lack of faces, none of them have belly buttons. This is what you're picking up right now, Marta.
Huh.
Each of the
Okay.
figures has hands that are stylized and erupt from the wall. The gold figure has a singular hand extended outwards with the palm out. The iron one has a firm fist with a sizable gap in its grasp, and the stone one simply has its hands clasped to its side as if it's waiting something. And that's all that you can gather, Marta.
And that's, I'm sorry, I'm gathering that from what am I looking at?
The mural in front of you that flanks from the left to the right. And that's what you
Oh,
got from your insight check.
gotcha. Okay.
It's weirder and weirder.
It does.
The door to the left has the quote, "Ringing weak flesh yields no gold." The door to the dead center says, "Iron is often better than the hand that wields it." And the door to the right says, "The sharpest mind can shape the dullest stone." And the doors are giant size. They're like 35 feet tall, made out of adamantine, and they have enormous handles that are about 3 feet from the top to the bottom and about 4 inches wide, made out of solid adamantine.
Can we tell
Um,
which one might lead to the helm?
There is no outward indication based on what you've seen. The cultural disconnect here, you don't know how the giants function in this realm.
Okay, so it could be completely different from other Spelljammer Celerity has seen.
and that's what you said too for Marta. Like she doesn't fully understand what's happening
Correct.
either. Can you give
Maybe
me a
I-
recap of what's on the mural really quick? I'm sorry, I just need to process it.
Where the fuck did I write this? Okay. There are 3 giant figures. Their complexion varies from a faint tan to the left to the color of rich volcanic earth to the right. Every depiction lacks a face. Instead, there is an elliptical form of gold to the left, stone to the center, iron to the right. And further, each depiction lacks a belly button. Each of the figures are stylized and their hands erupt from the wall. The gold figure has a singular hand extended outwards with the palm out. Iron.
When you say erupt from the wall, is it like stone coming out, or I mean metal, maybe?
Yeah, forged adamantine that is painted, as if somehow something has to be fitted into the hands. You can tell based on how you look at it that there's chips and little cracks, as if things have been placed in them and then removed them over countless countless situations. The gold figure has a singular hand extended outwards with a palm out. Iron has a firm fist with a sizable gap in its grasp, and stone simply has its hands upon its sides.
Okay, and that's next to the ringing flesh yields no gold door. Is that correct?
Let me double check here. So the gold one with the singular hand, the door next to it says ringing weak flesh yields no gold. The dead center one is the stone figure, which says iron is actually no, that'd be the iron figure says iron is often better than the hand that wields it. And the right one, which is indicated by stone, says the sharpest mind can shape the dullest stone. So gold to the left, iron in the dead center, and stone to the right.
And Celerity, what did you just ask? I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna say the design of the ship is weird, so I don't know which direction we're supposed to go in. But I think, at least the spelljammers I've seen before, you gotta be, decently smart to operate it. So maybe we go through the door that talks about mines.
Good a guess as any. At least to start.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And what do we think the sharpest mind can shape the dullest stone means? Any guesses? I'm thinking we have to place something, right, in its hand. Although you said the stone one has its hands by its side. Is this it's this kind of puzzle, right? That we have to open these doors?
Do you think that?
I mean, am I wrong?
You could try to open the door.
Yeah,
Ian?
I'll just try to open the door and see what happens.
Hey, that sounds good.
Athletics check. With
And then we can move on from there.
Which one?
Am
Left,
I overthinking it too
center,
much?
or
Sorry.
right?
The one that talked about mind, I think that was the right.
Yes, athletics check with advantage.
Okay, and then that was what was the other one? It was gold, iron, and
Stone.
okay. So this is the stone or the iron door.
The door to the right is the stone door.
Okay, so I'm opening the stone door. It's the one that talks about mind. Okay, or trying to.
Yeah, with advantage. Jesus, with
Yep.
advantage.
2 dirty 20s.
You press open the door, and beyond it, there is another door which opens at the beckoning of the one that you have already opened. And there is a sigil above in Giantish, which I will send to our near-to-will compatriot, who's the only one that knows what Giantish means.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay. Okay, it says emission storage.
In front of you is a coiled band of intertied adamantine that forms a spiral shape that uncoils to reveal a large chamber lined in solid mithril in a large concave circular dome with a circular platform in the center. Lining it are a variety of large, almost. Give me an investigation check or history. Actually, give me a history check, everyone, if you want to see what you think or what you recollect these objects look like. Oh God, Marta, I ain't saying nothing.
Or should I? Okay.
You do it with advantage.
Okay.
There we go. And you can do it too, Celerity. I swear to God, if you get a nat 20, I'm gonna kill myself.
I got an 18.
You get a free advantage. Come on. Watch me 19. Nope.
Nope.
You see within a series of large amber-colored sarcophagi that have been stacked neatly on the walls in kind of a concave pattern. Within each of them, you can see a kind of swirling, faint mist of varying colors: lavender, lilac, crimson, burgundy, maroon. Uh, None of them have any indication as to what they are, except that there is a small sign at the dead center of the room. And I just remembered that Sky picked up uh, runes of the Secret Keeper, so they can actually read this. The sign says in Giantish, "Do not believe them, nor take their deals." What would we like to do?
Okay. So the sigh and the okay was in character, and then relay. So the sign says, "Do not believe them or take their deals."
It was them.
Why don't you touch one and find out?
Yeah. I will go ahead and, well, touch one.
Alright, hold on a second. Let me. I forgot to fucking assign numbers to these. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Give me a d20 roll. It's a flat d20.
No. Come on.
12. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No fucking way. Alright. God fucking damn it, the worst one. Alright.
Okay.
You place your hand upon one of the sarcophagi. The interior mist is an ebon black, deeper than the darkest night, deeper and darker than the foulest recesses. The darkness between the stars, the darkness between all that which is. And you hear a voice. "So you're searching for power." "I know. Just like many others who come seeking the power over life and death. I am known as the Dun, the corpse star. I am the master of death. However, very few know that there is a price. Death is a veil which surrounds the soul. If you wish to take it away, I can give you the means to wear death as a veil, a cover. That's how I am where I am right now. But still I have power, and I can share it with you. Just enough for you to make one very important decision. Bid yourself to take this gift, and I shall grant you this power. Sky."
It's nice to meet you, but power isn't actually what we're seeking here. So have a nice day.
Yeah.
How unfortunate. My brothers and sisters will wish to bend your ear. Silence. Who wishes to go next?
I'll give it a shot.
Alright, go ahead and roll. Give me a D20.
D20.
Yep. 19. Oh, the second
19.
worst one. Okay, cool.
Loving it.
You wish to see your family, Celerity?
Oof.
It
What is the
got
simplest
very unlucky
way?
with that one.
What is the
Yeah, that's
simplest?
the worst for celerity.
I know. This is great. Thank you. Random dice roll. Do you know what the simplest way is for you to see your family?
What?
What if I gave you the means to have endless chances to ply the depths and go beyond this realm to another? What if I give you the power to endure, to endure beyond death, to endure beyond life, to endure in such a way that you could live long enough to find them. I can grant you this power, and what I ask of you is nothing. Simply take the gift. It would be my pleasure.
Marta, having learned from her lesson of taking the emerald, the dress, the other stuff that she took, is quiet and is not interested in making more deals with people in this realm.
Gently puts a
Celerity's
hand on Celerity's shoulder.
yeah, can they hear what the thing offered Celerity?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Oh, Celerity takes a while to think about this. And try, but running the offer over and over again in their head, they start
Wizard
to
cat. Sorry.
try to pay attention to the like language of this offer, like the wording of it, and say to the, I guess, entity or being or whatever, I wish nothing more than to see my family again, but living forever ain't gonna help me. They're not gonna live forever, and I wouldn't want to either. I will see my family again, but I will do it without your help.
But I can allow you to give my gift to them too. Don't you wish to have your precious family for all time and always? It's within your grasp. Simply close your fist and you can have it.
Death is part of the natural cycle of life, and I don't have the authority to make that decision for my wife or child.
You'll be back. Do you break the connection?
maybe.
You'll be back?
They always,
Creepy, I love it.
they always come back. Why do you think this vessel is rooted in this mountain in a dread realm? Do you think it's because the giants that plied the realm with this particular craft were wholesome? That is not the case. And then silence. Marta,
I mean,
Yes.
do give me a roll, my dear.
A what? A call? What was that?
A d20 roll, my dear.
Oh. Hmm. Oh my god.
Bush boy! Alright, let's see if this one's actually hilariously in. Marta, can
Yeah.
you hear me? You can feel almost the great grin and smile of the thing beyond the veil. What do you desire most, my dear?
This is hard for Marta. Just a little insight. She has been thinking about the adventure that they've been on, and to be honest, liking it more than the streets and the sewing shop. So Marta is going to actually make a different wish than maybe it has been building to, and wish for the freedom to adventure more.
I sensed in you that truth. I am known as Rinhala. I am the storm that howls. I am the passion between a mortal's breast. I'm the air in your lungs. I'm the motion in your legs. I'm the spirit within your hands. I'm the great tumult, the great tempest. I bring you drive. I bring you wonder. I can give you the power of the great storm. I can allow the tepid squall within your heart and lungs to become a roaring hurricane, to become a typhoon, to become a flood, a hurricane, a roar, the cracking wonder of everything. I can give you more than power. I can give you drive. I can give you momentum. I can give you purpose. I can give you things beyond understanding. Take my gift, and the howl within me shall become the howl within you.
Marta is going to remember her childhood on the streets and being surrounded by grifters and scam artists. And, just having to watch out for oneself. She's going to look at Celerity and Sky, and I assume they're both looking nervous. I don't know. How are they looking? I should ask.
Yeah, this is definitely a red flag moment.
Yeah, probably Celerity's shaking their head like I don't know that I'd trust it. And you know scam artists, right? This seems like I don't know, it's too good to be true.
It's a quick decision. She's
That's
had
fine.
enough experience with. Oh, I'm sorry, Sky.
It's okay. Quick question. Is Marta... So I know the potato sack is still enchanted. She presumably has shoes on. Is there anything else on Marta's person besides the potato sack,
No,
her,
I mean,
I guess, bag and shoes?
the prestidigitation was the only other thing that like literally has been able to touch me. So no.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Ian, is the prestidigitation warmth still active, or is that expired by now?
Oh, no, it took you like 3 hours to get up here. Unless you kept casting, I mean, you can just keep doing that. I mean, if you did it again, then yeah, it would still be active.
Sky is gonna... For rule of cool, let's say that, Sky only kept casting it, like, as needed, and it's expired by now.
Okay.
Sky's gonna reach very, like, hesitantly. Reach up, cup Marta's face, hope he doesn't get slapped. With his other hand, cast the prestidigitation warmth again on the potato sack.
Huh, okay. How do you react to that, Marta?
I have already been feeling like a great connection to Celerity and Sky, and so that just solidifies for me, or Marta, excuse me, that she can find just as much adventure with Celerity and Sky as she could on her own. So it is a big no from Marta. She says very loudly, proclaims, if you will.
The
And
warmth from kith and kin is fleeting. The storm is eternal. You'll be back, just like the rest of them. And you'll be buried with the rest of them.
give it up.
Silence. Now, we are going to close out for the session today. Is there anything else anyone else wants to do in the creepy room full of demons?
I just want to make the point that they say you'll be buried here with all the others. So be on the lookout for ghosts and bodies, I think.
A haunted spacecraft that
Sure.
crashed into the side of a mountain? Because that is niche.
Honestly, that's kind of fucking cool, so...
I think
Yeah.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah,
Is it
so
just
like
Dead Space?
Shut up! Shut up, Jack! Like,
Yeah, this bitch haunted.
This is cool.
it's not like I told you that there was a giant room full of desiccated giant skeletons, for the MacGuffin later. It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
I said that for no reason whatsoever.
I love
So,
how this turned from a St. Patrick's Day episode to a Halloween episode really fast.
I mean, they are
Because,
both Irish holidays.
that is
That's
true.
true.
Hey!
I'm glad that no
Oh,
one
this is a
figured that out.
fantastic session, guys.
I'm glad
This
no
might be our
figured
best
that
one
out.
yet.
Yeah.
Side note, one of my shorter coworkers dressed up as a leprechaun and gave out pieces of gold today.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
All
Interesting.
right, gang. Final closeout. Are we going to shut? Are we going to leave the room full of literal demons? I'm not exaggerating. This room is full of demons.
I think we'll be
y-
fine for a pause.
Yeah, I'd like to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, this
Oh,
entire
sure.
segment was for Volta to go. Yeah, this bitch is haunted. Like,
Oh, but they abandoned us.
yeah, I know. So now I have to get you all a holy roller to compensate for the lack of the holy roller.
Where's Mags?
Mags playing a cleric or a paladin would be so good.
Oh, look,
Yeah.
look, no bamboozle. I'm trying to get Mags in on this game as a cleric. They have a cleric character in mind and they want to do it, but they have that Victorian boy syndrome. So, is there anything else we want to do before we close out the session? Do we want to open the next room and get the intro so that we can be tantalized for
No.
next session, or do we want to close it out?
I
Agni and
think
Ghost.
this
Agni
is a
is
really
correct.
nice note to close it on.
All right, so we shut the door on the demons, and you can hear their psychic emanations tempting you with delightful prizes like, "Hey, I can give you an early Magic the
God,
Gathering
like
card
pop-up
set."
ads.
Yeah, and it's like,
Ugh.
"Hey, what's this? Is it a World War II era nurse's cape outfit, fully
Like
intact
ads
with
for
no moth holes?"
virility pills.
There are
Demonic
sexy,
pop-up
horny
ads.
singles in this tomb.
It's like, hey, these
Demonic pop-up
tieflings are down to clown. And did I mention that they're twins? I don't know why people were into that, but they are.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
weird.
Celerity
People
is
into
married
that
to a
kind of
tiefling.
incest.
Marta clicks on one.
you see.
Wait, Celerity's married to a demon?
Tiefling, not a demon.
Oh, tiefling.
Tiefling.
That makes a lot more sense.
And they're in Spelljammer, so people are more racially tolerant of that. So, all right, we're gonna close it out for the session, gang. I'm really proud of all of y'all. I think you did a great job. Now, let me stop the recording.